Welcome back to GMQC at 11 and Score on the road for week 1. We are at Pleasant Valley High School as they get ready to play their biggest rival, Bettendorf High School. And we have the head coach of the Pleasant Valley Spartans with us. That's Rusty Van Wensinga. And Rusty, you've been through a few of these, from player to now coach. What is this game, this rivalry like for you?
Well, it's big. I mean, it's exciting, you know, obviously very closely connected to our community of Bettendorf. You know, and Bettendorf, you know, they've established themselves over a long period of time, going, you know, 60s, 70s, 80s as one of the premier powers in the state of Iowa. And you know, we have elevated. You know, we started Pleasant Valley as a small 3A school, and we've elevated 4A. Now we're 5A, and you know, they're always been a big measuring stick for us over the years, and obviously this year's no different. It's a terrific rivalry, very close, you know, a mile and a half away from Bettendorf High School, vice versa. So same community, a lot of the same kids, a lot of families. They all know one another. Coaching staff familiar with one another, so a lot of respect for them. But it's a rivalry game. In the state of Iowa, they pit big rivals week 1, and us in Bettendorf is as big as any in the state. Valley, Dowling, City High, City West. So it's exciting.
Yeah, and the cool thing about this rivalry, like you mentioned, is that you are opening the season with that. So just what's the message to your guys just to, you know, head into that big rivalry?
Yeah, you know, week 1 don't define you by no means. I'm a big advocate, and hey, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. You know, it's all a journey. Obviously, it's a big game. You only get 9 contests, so in 5A, you got to win some games. You got to, you know, your RPI is important for postseason play. And you know, but it is part of the journey, and it's just you know, it's magnified because of the you know, the closeness, the rivalry, the history, and so forth and so on. The coaches that have coached here in the past, the players that have played here in the past. So it's a big event, you know, and it'll be the biggest event that we host throughout the entire year, as far as like crowd, gate, all that sort of stuff. There won't be a bigger event than Pleasant Valley hosts. It's a beautiful night. So hey, take it in, you know. Hey, not everyone gets to experience this. Our guys get to experience it. So that's kind of how I approach it. And I really don't know. I mean, right. You know, week 1, there's a lot of unknowns. You know, how's our kicking game going to be? You know, how are we going to handle, you know, the crowd, you know, all that sort of stuff. So we'll find out.
What did you learn about your guys over the last 3 weeks as you got ready for this game?
Yeah, like I said, we talked about previously. We had a lot of new faces, a lot of youth, but you know, just really kind of focusing on getting better every day, taking a step forward every day. And I thought the guys have done a tremendous job doing that. You know, they worked hard in the off season, now it's time to go.
Yeah, and just the atmosphere here. I mean, we have the band practicing behind us. How fun is it just a Friday night here at Pleasant Valley? You know,
and Corey kind of alluded to this. I've done it a lot, you know, as a player, assistant coach, head coach. So sometimes I kind of used to it, you know, but for a player and for a kid, for a young coach, it's a pretty neat environment. There'll be a lot of kids standing remotely, bands playing, jumbotrons going. It's your Bettendorf, you know, and there's a lot of you know, anticipation and excitement leading up to it, and you kind of go through the tunnel, a lot of high fives, a lot of people, you know, so forth and so on. So, you know, both sides, both crowds will be wanting their team to do well and to win, and you got to take it all in, and it's fun.
Well, we want to appreciate you taking a little bit of time out of your schedule. We got you out of social studies class.
Yeah, hey, that's not too bad.
Weather, so
hopefully my students are behaving up there. So
enjoy the game tonight. Good luck to you guys.
Thanks, Corey. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Season.
Yeah, thank you.
And of course, we're going to have this game and so many more tonight on The Score, which starts at 10:15 tonight, the first week of The Score. And our guest griller tonight, Kevin Rudd, a Davenport Central grad and a Quad City Steamwheeler. Well, don't want to tell you what he's grilling yet, but you want to tune in to watch for that. So we'll send it back to you in the studio.